Gone are the days when you could pop down to your local tailor and have them assemble a football shirt for the team you play for. All the legwork is now done by multi-billion-pound companies, so footballers are able to focus on the more important aspects of the game, such as attending training sessions or falling down wells. In a sport where each and every team is trying to gain the upper hand commercially, a well thought out manufacturing deal can be the difference between signing that marquee player or having to loan fringe players from teams like Everton or Spurs. Not only does a successful manufacturing deal bring in the much needed spondulics to the club, it is also an opportunity for fans to help form a stronger bond between themselves and the club that they cherish. We all can look back at our childhood and remember the first few shirts we owned and how much they meant to us. Whoever was lucky enough to have manufactured these shirts will most likely also hold a special place in our hearts. Unless it was Diodora, then maybe not. If you speak to people of differing ages, you will most likely get a wide range of responses as to who manufactured the first shirt that they owned. The primary reason for this is the same reason why people change their utility suppliers every year or so, to get the best deal available. Generally speaking, if you jump from one manufacturer to another, you will find yourself earning more money than you had been with the previous supplier. However, not all clubs seem to have subscribed to this method. There are a few clubs who have continued to build on the relationships they currently have and reject any proposals from rival manufacturers offering their services. This then brings us to the topic of this video. Let's have a look at the current top 5 ongoing partnerships between football shirt manufacturers and English football teams. In 5th place we have Newcastle United and Puma. They have been partnered together since the 2010-2011 season following the 15-season-long deal with Adidas coming to an end. Newcastle United have one of the largest fan bases in English football, which means that the club has a wonderful opportunity to earn a pretty penny from football shirt sales so long as they can find the perfect supplier. Sticking with the same manufacturer for 10 consecutive seasons would suggest that this has been the case, though if you speak with many of the fans, you would get a different perspective entirely. If we go all the way back to the first season Puma designed shirts for the club, you can already find evidence of fans being ambivalent at best seeing what Puma has to offer. An article from a Newcastle United fan blog had plenty of accompanying comments from fans voicing their opinions about the shirts. As you can see, it wasn't a great start for Puma. Fast forward a few seasons to 2011-2012 and things have not really improved for Puma. A thread on the Toontastic forum about the 2011-2012 kit release houses many comments from frustrated Newcastle United fans. Admittedly, a lot of the negative sentiments are mainly aimed at Mike Ashley and his associated brands, but Puma are definitely experiencing collateral damage at the very least. As we reach the present day, it will be fair to say that Puma and Newcastle United just haven't clicked. Puma can and do release beautifully made football shirts, but they can also be criticised of following template designs more so than any other manufacturer. However, as I film this video, a group led by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia is finalising an offer to acquire Newcastle United. This suggests that a new manufacturing partnership could well be on the cards. That being said though, Puma have recently signed a 1-year extension to the deal, ensuring that they will be the ones behind the 2020-2021 football shirts at the very least. The Mariners have been partnered with Italian sportswear manufacturers Area for 12 seasons, and this deal doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Area have had great success when working with teams and competitions who feature further down the English footballing pyramid. Grimsby Town are one of the teams that have benefited from this. Unlike with Newcastle United, it would seem the fans of Grimsby Town have been fairly buoyant with how Area have performed over the years. Right from the get-go, fans were optimistic about the partnership between the club and Area. According to an article from Football Shirt Culture, there were hundreds of fans queuing outside the club shop to pick up the newly released shirt in 2008-2009. I know hundreds of people might not sound like a lot to you, but you have to put it in perspective with the level that the club is at. Plus, it's at least more than double what Spurs would attract, so... The following season, Araya and the club gave the fans an opportunity to vote from 2 designs, with the winning choice becoming the new home shirt for the season ahead. The more traditional look of option 1 was a successful candidate, though the voting was apparently very, very close. This article highlights the innovative technology that was used by Araya for this shirt, referring to nanotechnology fabrics, though most of the comments focused their attention on the girl who was modelling the shirt. A recent post on the official Grimsby Town forum featured a conversation between fans on the topic of Araya continuing to manufacture the football shirts for the club. Having read it all, I would say that most fans have been pretty pleased with Araya over the years and would probably feel untroubled if they were to continue to supply the club with shirts. There were a few fans who were angling for a new manufacturer, but I don't think that was necessarily a slight on Araya, just that they wanted to try something different after all these years. In third place we have Southend United and Nike. It was the 03-04 season when the Shrimpers signed their first contract with them. They were situated in the old Division 3, which then became League 2 the season after, following the rebranding. During the 17 seasons that these two have been paired together, Southend have found themselves bouncing up and down between the Championship and League 2. When doing my research for this video, I came across a comment from one Southend fan who was proclaiming that when attending evening games, he wasn't able to properly pick out the players on the pitch as the navy blue coloured shirts were too dark. How much blame you can put on Nike for this though is difficult to say, especially when they have released luminous shirts for the club, like the away shirt from the 2015-2016 season. The first articles I can find online referencing new Nike and Southend football shirts are from the 08-09 season. They focus on the away and third shirts. From the comments associated, it doesn't seem like the shirts are grabbing the attention of the fans too greatly, though as is tradition, the models wearing them seem to be universally admired. The following season saw this article from Football Shirt Culture suggest that Nike continued to be popular with supporters. However, if you read the associated comments, only 3 of the 24 were positive, and even one of those came from a Stoke City fan. As the seasons came and went, Nike continued to release very simple and unimaginative shirts. If you look at their entire back catalogue, there are few if any that jump out at you. My personal favourite is the 2014-2015 home shirt, though this comment from the Shrimper Zone forum even makes this suggestion sound naive. However, there is light at the end of this very long tunnel, as Southend United have just announced that they will be teaming up with Hummel until at least the 2022-2023 season, which in my opinion can only be a good thing. This sentiment seems to be echoed by the fans on the forum also. Just missing out on the top spot are Cheltenham Town and Araya. Clearly Araya are doing something right if they are able to feature twice in this list. Though if you ask one Grimsby Town fan on their official forum, there might be a more sinister reason why Araya have enjoyed such longevity with certain clubs they are associated with. Cheltenham Town first partnered up with Araya way back in 1997-98. This was the season that saw them earn their first promotion to the Football League, so it's possible that the club sees Araya as a lucky charm of sorts. As the club partnered up with Araya during the very early days of the internet, it won't come to anyone's surprise that there are no articles about the initial details surrounding the Araya deal. In fact, you have to fast forward over 10 seasons to find the first article about a newly released shirt from the club. Needless to say, the first fan comment you read as you scroll down is as candid as you would expect. In what seems to be a common feature of the Araya, Cheltenham Town fans were given the opportunity to vote on the 2015-2016 shirt. They were given 3 options, with the purple one being victorious. Having looked at the shirt, I can see why fans decided to go with this design, as it does look beautiful. The following season the fans got to vote on the home shirt, and the season after that they got to vote on the new away shirt. I have always believed in giving the fans an opportunity to have the final say on which shirt the club is going to wear for the upcoming season ahead. In first place with an unbelievable 26 seasons are Tag Sportswear and Burton Albion. I will be the first to admit that before researching this video, I was totally oblivious to who Tag Sportswear were. For whatever reason, they never popped up on my radar, but hopefully this will make up for my ignorance surrounding them. There will be no prizes for guessing where Tag Sportswear are based. Hamburg. I kid, of course it's Burton-on-Trent. They first teamed up with Burton Albion all the way back in 1994-95, when the club was playing their football in the Southern Premier League division. Since that day, they have been partners ever since, seeing the club climb their way through the English leagues, eventually reaching the English Championship in 2016-2017. For how long these two will be paired together is anyone's guess. It can be a very difficult situation for Burton to be in if they decide to move on to a different manufacturer, as this would no doubt have a major effect on the sustainability of Tag Sportswear. That being said, they have recently teamed up with Yeovil Town also, so who knows what the future may hold. The first reference to a Burton Albion football shirt release online is this one for their 2007-2008 away football shirt. At this point, the club were playing football in the Nationwide Conference. When they released their away shirt for the 2012-2013 season with what can only be described as a Microsoft Paint job for their sponsor, it received a positive reception. The fans were aware the shirt looked crude, but they accepted it. Tag Sports took a leaf out of Araya's book for the 2018-2019 season when they asked the fans to vote on which home and away shirts the players would wear for the upcoming season. Following the success of this campaign, they followed it up again the next season, asking the fans to decide on which home shirt the players would wear. Having only seen images of Tag Sportswear football shirts on a screen, it can be difficult to truly appreciate how well the shirts are put together. That being said, I can totally understand why the club has maintained its relationship with them. The designs are fluid and contemporary, and the manufacturer clearly values the opinion of the supporters also. I can easily see this relationship hitting the 30-year anniversary mark. Well, there we have it, the current top 5 longest partnerships between manufacturers and clubs. A couple of these teams are going to be getting off the bus at the end of this season, but there are still 3 more who are more than happy to continue on this journey. Maybe we can look back in 5 years and see how things have developed. Was the grass greener on the other side? Have Burton ditched their childhood sweethearts? Was it actually true that Araya were part of a global conspiracy to keep teams magnetised to the low leagues of the English football? Anyway, that is the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, there is a written version of this video on my website with a few extra goodies to look at. Until next time, thank you for watching.